word, and then let's see what the man does. This is our daily or our weekly duel. Heard and respected. Hell yeah. All right.
That's going nope. Maybe.
You got it? It's good. Slowly slipping. Can I make an adjustment?
No, wait.
Okay, yeah.
It might be good.
No,
not really.
It's gaining momentum.
It's gaining momentum.
Perfect. All right, cool.
Oh, fuck. Beautiful. All right. It looks so stupid.
No, dude. It's our sculptural pieces. It's our sculptural pieces for the fucking week.
So we got Sneak Ahead and we got
Boots and Cats. Tim Ballin.
Boot. Just boot.
Boot. Okay, we got Sneak Ahead and Boot.
Boot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Our special guests, our sculptural pieces for the week.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to Dueal. I'm Death of the Universe. This is the Prince of Darkness.
I'm Dude. Yeah.
Yep. And
hi, my name's Jordan.
hi, my name's Trey, and this is Dueal, our weekly podcast that we try to post and where we just talk about our feelings.
Yes.
People actually are liking it, man. People are hitting me up on Instagram.
Yeah.
Who are like, dude, like you guys are like,
dude,
really
like
into the...
Devin.
Yeah.
Shout out Devin Savino.
Shout out to Amy.
He texts me like every week. He's just like, oh, I can't wait for the next
good,
episode.
right?
I'm like, oh, that's so awesome. I love you, Devin, but also I also hate you too at the same time.
It's all right.
So there you go.
It's all right.
You get a shout out, so we appreciate you.
There you go.
For real though.
But yeah, shout out to all of our fans who watch on a weekly basis.
We're gaining fans, man.
Yeah.
I think we're onto something.
It's pretty fucking sick. I mean, I just enjoy, again, as always.
Yeah, it's just vibing, really. Yeah. Just talking about like existential dread.
Essentially.
And
bringing it to lighter sources.
Somehow
man.
bringing it to light.
Bringing it to light. I dig it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I now know that Kingdom Hearts is light.
Kingdom Hearts is light. Yeah. Fuck. Anyway, so we're gonna start.
Yeah, let's just get
No, please. What you got?
I was just saying. I think we usually start off with just like how we're doing.
No, I was gonna ask you.
Okay,
how you doing?
Never mind. I'm sorry. I'm a dick.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
I'm doing good.
Yeah?
I'm doing pretty well. I'm actually feeling pretty refreshed.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear
Might
that.
be because like we're officially in spring now.
I know.
It's just like
I know. As of yesterday, man. As of yesterday.
Yeah. So I was like, weirdly enough, I woke up early this morning. I didn't feel all that tired.
Nice.
Which is weird, but
nice.
I'll run with it.
No, seriously, get after it, man.
Yeah. Things have been good. Yeah. Things are still busy, but it's just like if doesn't feel as overwhelming as it did like last week.
Fucking fantastic. So happy.
Yeah, no, I'm rocking, man.
So happy to hear that. Same here, honestly.
Yeah.
You know, the past week was a little bit. It wasn't tough, but it was challenging. Oh hell yeah, man! Getting the applesauce. I know. The last week we should just be on yoga mats or some shit. The last week
get yoga mats, honestly.
We could put yoga mats on top. We could build a structure and then put yoga mats on top of the structure.
So they don't even see us?
They don't even see us. We're
just on the ceiling?
We're just on the ceiling, essentially. Yeah. Anyway, last week was a little bit tough.
What happened?
I debated on quitting my job, actually.
Oh.
Yeah. I was one of them. Yeah, it was one of those moments where I was like, I just want to leave.
Man.
I just want to fucking leave and pursue art. You know, because I'm trying to write a poetry book, and actually our friend Morgan might illustrate it.
Oh, sick.
You know, the Next Haven thing that's fucking coming up, which is fucking cool. Mm-hmm. Me getting into the gallery here. Morgan. I don't know if they told you, but I'm gonna get a solo show in fucking 5 Points, man.
Are you serious?
No, seriously, yeah.
Bro,
2023. It's 2023. I'm gonna get a solo show.
Dude.
Yeah, so like
that's major.
It's fucking dope. But like doors are opening up and shit like
that.
You know, doors are opening up. I'm very happy about it. And I kind of feel my body or my spirit kind of pursuing more art more, and I really want to lean into it because I know that when I experience burnout, I don't do anything. Mm-hmm. And it just piles into depression. I think we covered that like 2 weeks ago or something like that.
Covered that like last 2 episodes.
Yeah, exactly, essentially. So
that's awesome, dude. Congratulations.
I fucking appreciate it. Thank you.
Dude.
But yeah, so like also, wait, we have to shout out Workspace. Yes.
Yeah.
Dual coming to you, not really live, but live from the Workspace in Manchester.
Studios. Manchester.
Yeah.
Do a quick plug for Manchester. So this Friday, the 25th.
Yes. Hold on, I gotta turn on the on-air thing. Yes, continue, please.
Yeah. So Friday the 25th, we'll be having our open house for our current exhibition downstairs in the main gallery. Blank Canvas. It'll be from 5 to 8. So yeah, please, if you're in the area, come on down, check it out, check out the artists. I'll be there. Mm-hmm. I'll be as gallery employee / coordinator / curator at this point. I'll be there. So yeah, just come on down. It'll be a vibe.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Totally come down. And you already said the date, time, etc.
Yep.
All that. Perfect.
So hopefully the people know.
Dude, if you're a fan of Dueal, fucking come through, man. Be like, hey, I like your podcast.
But like, hey,
you got a good podcast going on.
You know,
like,
pod going on.
Yeah. Anyway,
we podding.
We're podding in here.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I called it a conversation cast because that's kind of what it is. A podcast, I feel like, is more like structured around like topics and shit like that. Where we're just
doesn't have to be. I mean, podcast is like a pretty loose term these days.
Equally fair.
Or it's like I feel like almost anything could be a podcast.
It's very true.
Because you see like on like Spotify and all different like YouTube and stuff. It's like there's so many different podcasts. I feel like podcast is almost like a catch-all term at this point.
Totally could be. Totally could be.
At least that's how I look at it.
No, totally. But anyway, so wanted to quit my job.
How'd that
go? I didn't.
Okay.
I'm still fucking kicking it.
Okay.
Yeah, because like I had like a really deep moment with myself where I was like, dude, I don't see myself working up the ladder in this place. I like where I am. I wish I was paid fucking more, but like, and don't we all? Yeah, seriously. Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
I like where I am. I'm good at what I do, and I enjoy it, and it gives back to me. So I have to be thankful for that shit and grateful for that shit. Yeah. But I definitely don't see myself working up the company ladder or anything like that. And I can feel art or my art fucking, grabbing at me, being like, work on this, you got it.
Yeah.
So as much as I want to do, I have bills to pay. I have to fucking pay for my car. I just bought a new Mac. Like, yeah. So I was gonna
say as somebody who was literally in the exact same position as you, a few months ago, don't listen to me because I made the mistake. Or well, not. I don't want to call it a mistake, but I made the.
Remember this? Yeah, you took
I made the
break.
I made the conscious decision to walk out on my old job because it had nothing to do with what I was doing.
Yeah.
And it was a similar thing where it's just like I was having that confliction for a while or before I left, where it was just like, dang, like I really want to like actually, because I felt like my work or like my art was like falling to the wayside and I wasn't devoting time or energy to it, and like this job was like eating up eating up all my time and energy. So it's just, but at the same time it's like it paid decently well, and it's just like, it was just like, but then it becomes you have to make a decision. It's like, do you stay where you're at and just kind of coast, or do you kind of make that leap of faith, or you make that big grand decision and just say, you know what, I'm going to pursue what I want to do.
Literally.
And it's not an easy decision. It's definitely not an easy decision. No. But it's like, for me, it was like, it was kind of spur of the moment the way it happened, where it was just, I just said, you know what, I'm done. Or I was just like, I don't want to get too much into it because it was kind of like it was kind of a bit of a drama thing going on.
No, you're totally good.
But, yeah, it was kind of just like spur of the moment, where it was like just something in my gut or my head or brain, whatever, or my heart really just told me, dude, just walk away from this. Like, this is so not worth your time, and you have like more important things to focus on than this job where it's just like it doesn't really lead to anything, and it's just gonna only destroy you mentally and physically if you keep doing it. Yeah. So that's what I did, and it's like. And I'm glad I made that decision, just because it felt like for the first time, and I was thinking heavy about this like the other day, where I was just like, I'm glad I made that decision, even if like it was, even if the way I did it was very chaotic and it might have potentially burned a bridge.
No, but you got out.
But I had to do it just because it felt like for the first time, arguably in my life, that I felt like I had some level of autonomy, and I was actually taking control. So it's like I don't regret it at all.
And dude,
and then look where I end up now.
Literally,
so
that's what I was gonna say. Like you ended up here.
So like it works out. I always believe that things, regardless of how bad they are, it'll work out in the end. It just takes time, and it takes takes balls.
No, literally, like you gotta really be after your back.
You really have to know yourself and really just know that like. Yeah, shit sucks, but it's like hopefully something around the corner. Sure enough, but it's a decision, especially too when you consider like the the time we're in now,
Yeah, dude.
like the Great Resignation.
The great is that what we're calling it?
That's apparently what we're calling it. Where just
Really?
people are just like, you know what, I'm done. I'm not going back to work.
Cashed out. Yeah.
And like, and on a level, I get it because like, especially like if you went to school for something, and like you end up working at a job where it has nothing to do with what you're. It's like you feel like you're wasting your time. It's like, sure, yeah, it's like I need money and I need to support myself, especially like with everything that's happening right now. But it's like it kind of goes back to this idea of like what's more important, money or
your personal
happiness, your
goals,
your passions.
Yeah, seriously, man.
And the unfortunate reality is that money is basically God.
It very much is.
At least in our society.
Yeah, it's the new God.
In our society, money is God, and money talks loud.
Yes, it does.
So it's like, I don't blame people at all.
No, seriously.
Because I could use more money.
I could fucking use more money.
I could definitely use more money.
No, seriously,
but it's like, yeah, so it's like you have to really like sit down and like think about it. So that's why, to circle it back to what you were thinking. Yeah, no, I don't blame you. I would not blame you for sticking around. I also wouldn't blame you for leaving either. That's totally a you decision, and only you know the answer to that.
Yeah. Well, I can give you a loose plan at least.
Sure. Lay it on.
So we figure out if we get the Next Haven thing in April. You know, at some point in time in April.
So don't get your hopes up too much.
Hey, I have to have faith. I have to hold the faith.
I feel you.
Have to hold the faith.
Don't get your hopes up
shit.
too much.
But okay, so let's say in an alternate reality where we don't get it.
In universe 13.
In universe
13 is
13.
an unlucky number, so
Sure.
universe 13.
It can also be a lucky number.
It could be, but
both.
in this context, we'll call it unlucky.
Sure. So let's say we don't get it. So then the general idea would be to hopefully move in with you at some point in time. If we can figure out financial situations and fucking maybe do shit like that. And then if there is enough money beyond the breadcrumbs that I'll probably be left with at least, would be to have a studio space, find a studio space somewhere that's big enough and kind of build it out. So like the whole idea is so if we can get a studio space somewhere that's outside of that's ours essentially. Yeah. Just slowly build it out and kind of make mini Chucks in that studio space, which would be fucking sick, you know, and pay for it every month. Hopefully it pays back. Throw fucking electrons. By the way, come to the Electron this Saturday.
Electron Saturday.
Yep. 30 Arbor Street in downtown Hartford. Yep. Suite B14. It's gonna be sick. We're rocking from
9.
Yeah.
9 to 2?
9 to 12:30.
9 to 12:30. So 9 p.m. Yeah, 9 p.m. to 12:30.
Yeah, it's gonna be
12:30 a.m.
It's gonna be sick.
It's gonna be house music.
Oh my god, it's gonna be
techno.
Dope.
It's gonna be wild.
Welcome to the Electron, sir.
Thank you.
Joe Padilla made those. Yeah, it's a cool cameras over there.
Yeah, sorry.
It's a cool card I've been giving out to people.
The Electron.
Yeah, shout out to Joe Padilla for making those.
You can't see that.
You can't see it, but it's all right.
But
yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyway, so and do stuff like that. Oh, please, yes, no, seriously.
If I could figure it out.
If I can. I would say
no.
You could
no.
Okay, fine. Do your thing, man. Do your thing. Add to boom. Wow, look at that, and it's sponsored. Fuck with it.
Even though you can't see it because of the glare.
Literally, it's totally cool.
It's fine.
It's totally cool.
People know.
But yeah, start it small.
Yeah.
And I'm starting Chucks as an LLC now. I'm in the process of making Chucks a fucking LLC and doing all this shit. So regardless of if Next Haven hits or not, I'm still in April to August making moves to become more autonomous.
Yeah.
To take more control over that aspect of my life.
For sure.
You know, hopefully I get a raise. Hopefully something hits. Hopefully I can sell some art. Hopefully whatever. So I can keep, funds coming. But at the end of the day, doctor, shit, that is the plan regardless of if Next Haven hits. And I really do have to trust and believe in the universe or whatever God is out there that everything in time and everything takes time. I was talking with one of my clients about this. Was it talking? It was either my client or someone else. But I was saying, you're the seed of an idea is like an acorn, and it takes 1,002 years for it to get to the size of a redwood, essentially. So it takes time for stuff to grow.
Yeah.
It's not instant. And,
right.
You know,
so you gotta have that patience.
You gotta have that patience, you know, and
Yeah.
plan. That's the biggest thing. I was talking with Alexia. I still have to edit that podcast, but actually, I think I have to edit that podcast that we did. But I was talking with Alexia about this exact topic about me wanting to quit my job, and she gave me some really good advice. Essentially saying like, look, you need a plan for this. You can't just dip and then expect just to figure it out. You have to have a plan if you're gonna jump ship.
I was gonna say that was kind of what I did.
Yeah.
Where it's like I just jumped ship and I didn't necessarily have a plan.
Yeah. But
so
you figured it out. You started swimming.
Yeah. No, that's why I'm just like. I think she probably gave better advice than I did in that.
Well,
you
gave me perspective, and that's the biggest thing.
That's
to show that it can still work.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, a happy camper who I am is like working part-time and still making enough money to pay rent, pay bills, and etc. Like, and then using the other time of part-time to work on my art, and that would be a really nice balance.
For sure.
Yeah, because I find myself fantasizing in work about art. And I find myself fantasizing in art. Well, actually, art pretty much stays art. I just get like excited about that. But like, it's funny how like when I'm not doing stuff that's related to art, I have some of my most genius ideas when it comes to art itself. You know, but yeah.
Yeah, it's usually what happens when it's always like the monotonous stuff that you're doing, where it's like you generate like ideas. Like that was happening to me. Started happening to me lately, where it's just like all of a sudden ideas are coming out. Most of her paintings, not for sculptures, but like.
No, but still.
But it's like so it's like there's something about just like not focusing all your attention on like art, where it's like you kind of let the floodgates sort of open up a bit more.
Weird when it happens.
And then that's when ideas start to generate. Yeah, it's so weird how that works out, but it's like it's a tried and true method.
No, it actually is. It's actually very nice, and like. You know, I have a dream of living in New Haven, but I think that a more reliable or a better location would be like Hartford or something like that.
Sure.
You know, or wherever we
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. You know, and I think that would be pretty fucking sick and sexy, man. But, you know, whatever that day comes, it will come.
It will come,
It's just a matter of planning and saving and et cetera, and hoping that money rains from the sky.
Waiting it out,
Do the money dance. But yeah.
For sure.
But yeah, you know... But I'm totally here for it, and a big thing in my life that I really want to instill upon myself, and I call it the lesson of my life, is to be patient. You know, to not instantly just go for things because it feels good in the moment, like to actually like take a step back.
Take a step back, breathe.
Breathe. Enjoy, like take a second to like look and
touch some grass later, Jordan.
I fucking will. I'll go outside.
Go outside and touch some grass.
Do I have your consent?
Yeah,
exactly.
Ask for consent first.
Ask for consent before you touch grass,
and then touch the grass. Yes.
Touch the grass.
Yes.
Yeah, but we were talking about something earlier. I don't want to get too deep into it.
Yeah,
because
sure.
I feel like it's a little bit too personal, a little bit too touch. Yeah. But you maybe had a point or wanted to start the podcast off with that, and we kind of circled it.
Yeah.
Opportunity to circle.
Let me try to frame it. So that way I'm not like diving too deep. But we're essentially talking about
relationships.
Yeah. You know. And actually, we can just
go for it.
That could just jump off that.
The only general topic.
The super to keep it super general, so you know to respect your privacy. But
I appreciate it.
Yeah, we were essentially talking about before the pod. This pod started. This episode started. We were talking about essentially relationships and the way you describe. Like what was going on with you and like stuff that was stuff going on in your personal life. Yeah, it took me back to like a conversation I was having this past weekend with some people and basically talking about relationships and why relationships don't seem to work, or at least like within like general scope of like dating today.
Sure, yeah.
And it was basically the gist of it was like the reason why is because. I think the problem is that people, like I think generally it's like we don't look for. We're always looking for people that are better. Than us versus
I have a really good point to share.
Yeah, versus people who we can kind of just meet like on the same level basically.
Yeah, seriously.
Because like the way, because like a lot of the times or like the way it was described like that, and basically it got me sort of thinking where it's like because a lot of the times we set standards and expectations when we're dating but that's only for other people where it's like this person has to be this tall this whatever, make this much money, have to have this career like profession
aspect of life
versus like you should have that for yourself, though. Like, that's what it means to love yourself.
Essentially, yeah.
Because I think people have this idea of loving yourself where it's just, I love myself.
And that's
like, look in the mirror and just like, I love myself. And it's like, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
And that's an aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to be able to actually be okay
Yeah.
with who you are, physically, mentally, spiritually, whatever.
Everything.
But also having a standard for yourself and having a standard being like, I don't want to settle for anything less, and I also don't want to get in anyone else's way. Because the way it was described,
go for it.
and I wish I had a visual way to. So like, say for that's fine. I can use my hands. So basically, say for example, like, we'll use me for example.
Go for it.
So we'll say I'm just walking, right? So like, this is I'm trying to. Okay, this is me walking, like walking in terms of, like, I have my walk.
Yep.
Where it's just like I'm doing my art.
Yep.
I'm working here. I'm doing a whole bunch of different stuff. Like, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
And I'm enjoying it. And then here's potential suitor, or someone who's or crush, whatever.
Yeah.
The problem. So like, I'm walking, and oftentimes, and this is what I think we're all guilty of this to an extent, where it's like, okay, so I'm walking, right, steady pace. And then someone immediately goes like, hey, like gets in front of me and it's just like, hey, I like your walk. And like, I'm like, yeah, that's cool, but like, I'm trying to walk. I'm walking here.
Dog, that's cool.
And it's like, and the reason why sometimes relationships tend to kind of fall to the wayside is because, like, for example, like, oh, like you're like, say like I work like a decent high paying job, but like I work crazy hours.
Yeah.
The person is gonna at first they're gonna be okay with that, be like, oh, I like your walk.
I like your walk.
Basically it's just like you're walking, you're walking at a nice pace. I like that.
I got you. Yeah.
It becomes an issue though when you try to control my walk.
Yep, no, totally.
Where it's just like, how come we don't go out anymore? How come you're always working these late nights? Well, it's like, well, because I've always done that.
Yep. It's your walk.
It's my walk. Exactly, it's like, I've always worked these hours. I've always done this.
Not because
and you're kind of you're basically coming in and either trying to change that, or you're complaining when this has always been the status quo.
Yeah.
This has been my walk for me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And like I said, we're all guilty of this to a certain degree, and I also think this is why dating and stuff like that is such a challenge, is because we get in each other's way. We get in we try, whether we consciously do it or not, we almost block each other.
Yeah, compared to walking, kind of.
Exactly, where it's like, hey, versus like, say I'm walking again.
Homie's doing his thing.
I'm doing the walk, man.
Yeah,
like, it's a nice pace.
Yeah.
And then here's also a potential person to be like, hey, I like your walk. Instead of me trying to block you or trying to control the walk, I like what you're doing. I like what I see. Let me kind of not necessarily catch up, but let me do my walk, and then, we can walk together.
Literally, man.
Yeah.
That's the.
And I'm probably not explaining it the best way. Versus
I fucking got it. I fucking got it.
Okay, I hope so.
Fucking can't.
But like but I think that's where the issue lies in, where it's just like,
it's a really good perspective.
Where it's just like, a lot of the times, like, when you get with somebody, or you usually date people that have same interests, same career, whatever. It's the reason why, a lot of the times, like, when people date, it's like, typically it's people within the same field.
Yeah.
Or the same profession, because that makes sense, because
you always have
you guys are walking in a similar walking in a similar pace, or similar whatever. Mm-hmm. Like, if I try to like say if I was dating somebody and they were a nurse, it's like, that's going to be tricky because she has a different lifestyle, she has a different, work ethic, schedule, whatever, and it's like, and I'm an artist, I do my own thing, and it's just like, it kind of goes back to what I was saying before years ago, where I was saying, like, if I were to date, it would basically be like another artist, because they would understand
the mindset,
where I'm coming from.
Literally, dude, yeah.
And I think that's what this person was basically saying.
Yeah.
Was like, yeah, it's all about, instead of me looking out, looking up. Let me look for someone right here, eye level.
Yeah.
And we can kind of match each other.
Exactly, man.
Yeah.
Because you're not looking, and
but like the way he broke it down, I'm just like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Makes total sense.
Yeah, dude. The fact, I think I said this a long time ago, when I was still dating the second to most recent ex. It was the whole, you shouldn't be like, as much as they say a relationship is two beings coming together to make one, it's not necessarily that. It's more like a very loose Venn diagram. Where, like, you guys come together, but you have to have your own separate lives.
Yeah.
It's one of the biggest things I'm also realizing. Right. Where it's like, where, for lack of a better word, this person, or a person A, and myself. As much as and I'm going to flash back to my most recent ex.
Okay.
And again, as always, no hate, no disrespect. Learned a lot in the relationship.
Yeah, of course.
Learned a lot about myself, and still love her to death. Yeah. So, anyway. I realized that I was losing myself to the relationship. I was losing my time to the relationship.
Yeah.
And we were spending a lot of time together.
Right.
Which was the biggest thing. I think that was the crux of everything. We were spending a lot of moments together. And I really do think that with another person, let's say, I want them, and this is one of the biggest things. And another thing with this relationship as well, as I'm using my hands now. Another thing with this relationship as well was, I personally, I can account for this. I was trying to adjust their lives too much. I was trying to adjust how they walk too much, and they to some extent were trying to do me. And it again, you can't do this. You can't be ice climbers and Smash Bros. Man, they're too perfect. That doesn't work out. I hope you get that reference.
I did.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, only you. Not anybody else who plays Smash Bros. But yeah. You can't like, because then you're not gonna have.
Because then walk. And then exactly. Yeah. I got you.
I realized after the not so quickly. I realized after the fact in this relationship that I would like a person who has their own walk, their own life. I'm like, I literally say this to people sometimes. Like, if it's from the Matrix, like, you literally go do your Superman thing. I'm gonna go do my Superman thing, and we'll meet for coffee or tea or whatever somewhere in the middle. Yeah. Like, I think I would fall in love with the person more if they are equally living their lives to the fullest extent, because they have like. They have like life within them, and they have their own vision about life. And I get like excited about their vision, and we get to meet somewhere and just like talk shit on our visions. And I feel like it's almost like two black holes or something like that. Super powerful, probably the most powerful force in the entire universe. Just spinning but never touching, spinning but never touching. Hanging out in the same general sphere but never fucking touching.
I'll just.
No, it's totally cool.
It's just.
What's
it's funny. It's funny you said that.
Yeah.
Because I literally, this is going back to, this is complete aside.
No, you're good.
I saw this video on TikTok or not TikTok, Instagram, where it was a skit where it was like a dude. It was like a dude in the kitchen, and he goes and sees his roommate, and then literally he's like, "Dude, what's that noise?" And he looks over, and there's like literally a chair like glitching in and out of reality, and they're having like a casual ass conversation, or like the dude is just like nonchalant, and be like, "Yeah, it's just a chair just glitching, just fading in and out of reality." I was like, "Dude, like what the
is that not normal?"
He's like freaking out, and like the guy's just like, "I gotta send you the video," but it's just the reason when you said the black hole, I'm just like I was imagining myself or imagining like there just being two black holes right here.
Yep.
Literally
hanging out
just there, and then we're just having a conversation
while like everything is getting like
while literally the reality is collapsing in us.
Yep. And that's the last thing. We're just having a conversation.
Yeah.
No, I fuck with that vision.
Yeah, no, sorry. It reminded me of that.
It's pretty.
And then Devin, I shared it with Devin. He was just like, he was like, if we could somehow get this to happen, and then you guys just do a pod around it, I'm just like, we will try.
That'd be cool. If people to commentate the end of the
we will try to glitch reality and then just commentate over anyway. But sorry, it's just
you're totally good. You're totally good.
Yeah.
Another thing would be like two pyramids. I don't want to say the other one because it's a little bit rougher a reference, but the two pyramids that have been built. Actually, that's a better reference. Two pyramids that have been built up over time. Not one pyramid that has been built by two people. Sure. If that makes sense. That's the proper vision for me in a relationship. Because some people can rock with the whole.
Yeah.
We're like this and it's like this. But me, I'm like, dude, I want to see you. I want to see you.
Yeah.
I want to see you do your fucking thing.
Yeah.
And I think that's where I find more love for you. Like So
yeah, because I think like people, generally speaking, that. I think people are so scared of the idea of being alone that they'll be like, all right, like even if it means like being in a relationship that's like not good for them.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well at least like I'm not alone, or at least like
Literally.
and I've seen that happen too, where I'm just like damn, is the thought of being alone that scary to people,
No,
where it's just you're willing to be in a crappy relationship?
Yeah.
Just
you don't value yourself.
yeah, to like and that's the whole, that's what it means to like really love yourself, is that is that if you actively like cut out those toxic relationships, toxic people, toxic whatever out of your life, and be like, you know what, even if it takes me a really long time to find someone that's right for me, I'd rather
that wound longer to heal.
I'd rather do that than just like default back into like what like that's
real self-work.
That's what self-love actually is.
Literally.
Not just you telling yourself you love yourself. Yeah. Like I said, that's an aspect of it, and that's a valid
start.
That's a valid part of it. Yeah. But the actual loving yourself takes work.
Literally,
and it
man.
takes like
it's
you being like, yeah, I know I'm gonna be alone for a while, but I'd rather do that work on myself, and then maybe at some point somebody will come along that complements what I'm doing right now.
And that's a better way to put it.
Yeah.
Like the complementary thing.
Right, yeah.
Compared to the completion. I think we talked about this last week.
Potentially.
Yeah, or maybe
or
briefly
whatever.
covered it.
Time doesn't make sense.
No, it really doesn't.
Well, time is illusion, first
time
of all.
is a fucking illusion, man. It's also a blessing. But that's my opinion. Yeah. Anyway, and we could talk about this for a second. The complementary versus completion.
Needy.
Yeah. Exactly. I need someone to help me with this.
Yeah.
No, dude. You have to be able to be self-sufficient. And it's a very weird balancing act, I found, or I'm finding.
Yeah.
Where it's like, yeah, it's nice to have other people, yes, because you can have a conversation, you could hang out, you could bounce back ideas.
No, we need other... That's the paradox. It's like we need other people, too, because we're human, and we need that. But at the same time, it's like... You have to also be okay... Being human is also being alone, too.
Being by yourself sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, and it doesn't have to be forever. It doesn't have to be your entire life.
Not at all.
You know, because people feel like, come into this life by yourself.
You birthed alone, you die alone.
Which
is shit, yeah.
Which I technically don't. That's technically not true in my opinion.
No, dude, you literally are born from your mother. Into the arms of a doctor or someone. You're
like
not
it's
alone.
never. Yeah.
Even when you were sorry to cut you off, but when you are conceived, that is two people coming to form to one. And then even when you are being like, the amorphous blob is turning into a person. Yeah. You're literally within your mom. You're good. Like you don't you're never really alone, man.
Yeah, it's never
Oh, and then last point. Sorry. If you're blessed in this life, you die around the people you love.
Yeah, but anyway. I was just about to say, it's never just your life.
Yeah, no.
It's life. It's other. Yeah, exactly. That's a better way to. Yeah, it's life. Like it's this all-encompassing thing.
And you had the point last week where it was like, even when you die, the circle still goes on.
It keeps. It's not still the end. It's just another
feed
cycle.
The earth and it fucking feeds
another
everything
part
else.
to the cycle.
That was beautifully said. Beautifully said last week. It was like, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was thinking like, we go on like through our children. It's like, no, you literally power the
that's
universe.
But that's also an aspect of it too, where it's
equally
just
fair.
like where it's like your genetic code is made up of literally the people that came before you.
Really, man.
So it's just like
with a little fairy dust sprinkled in.
Yeah, with a little fairy dust,
little universal jazz.
And at the same time, it's like that also encompasses you. But at the same time, it's like you're still your own unique individual.
It's a beautiful thing.
So it's like that's like the beauty of just being like in this reality, whatever you want to call it, universe is like
simulation.
Yeah,
regardless of
this computer
generated
simulation
whatever the fuck
game.
It's still fucking
apparently
beautiful, man.
Yeah.
I remember.
I'm still waiting for the cheat codes, by the way.
I remember this. No, that may come.
I need the cheat codes, dog. Like give me the GTA like
shit. See a person crumping in the corner. It's like, what's he doing? No, he's applying the cheat codes, man.
Oh, dude, he just found
like
out
a
the cheat
sack
codes.
Of money just you see a person doing this, and a sack of money just appears out of nowhere in front of you.
Bro, what's the Konami code for life?
Exactly, I was fucking saying
for reality.
Anyway, I remember I was doing mushrooms one time. Yeah, we're gonna throw it to there.
Let's do it.
Yep.
We were also talking about mushrooms this week. I had an interesting weekend, but yeah.
Word.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear about it. I was doing mushrooms one time, and I was at my
Recent?
house. No, this was
Years ago?
This was a minute ago.
Okay.
I was at my house, and I remember I was looking at my dog, and like it seemed like nothing was real. It seemed like I was like, it felt like I was kind of in like a mirrorless room.
Yeah.
Like I was truly by myself, and I felt like truly alone. And then I remember hearing a voice that was myself coming to me and essentially saying like, Jordan, how do you feel? It's like, dude, I feel like horseshit. I feel like I'm alone. I feel like my dog's not real. I can see the universe breaking down.
Sorry.
This isn't, no, it's totally cool.
I'm sorry.
It's totally cool.
No, it's just
like literally like, dude, this
I feel like my dog's not real.
Yeah,
That's
I feel like
so
my dog's
sad.
It's a sad thing because she's like amazing.
Like, yeah, because like everything else is like whatever, but like
The
my
second
dude,
Jade.
my dog's not real.
Yeah,
It's
my
like, no,
dog's
I
not
don't
real.
want to hear that.
Damn.
Like, yeah.
It's like she's a robot. She's a and then all this fucking shit. But anyway.
But yeah.
So yeah, and I heard this voice, my higher self, or a very positive, not that I'm not, but like a very the inner light of Jordan.
Yeah, your higher
came
self.
through.
Yeah.
Exactly. Came through and it was like, Jordan, how you feel? And I was like, I feel like horseshit. He was like, all right, think about this. How does future funk make you feel? And the dance music. How does future funk make me? How does future funk make me feel?
That's great.
I know, seriously.
I
And
love that your future.
No,
your
my higher self
your
was
higher
like-
self is just like, dude, future funk.
Yep. How does future funk make me feel? It's like, it makes me feel like I want to dance. And then he's like, so then fucking dance. Like, does that as weird and like, does that kind of make sense?
It does.
Like, where it's like, no matter the reality, simulated or not, real or whatever,
Future funk.
future funk.
Yeah.
How does future funk make you feel? It's like, motherfucker, I just want to dance to it. So then motherfucker dance. Like, it doesn't matter where you are in life or your personal views, your aspects and shit like that. Like, if it feels good to do and
Yeah.
it's not hurting another person, or at least you're not actively
Or
trying
you're
to
not
hurt
hurting
it,
yourself. Yeah.
equally, man. Like, then fucking do it.
Yeah.
We only have so many years here, and I think that we're bending and breaking for other people compared to living more or molding for ourselves, if that kind of makes sense.
No, absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm out, and that was when like as shitty as that trip was, like
Yeah,
shitty as
I
that
can
trip
imagine.
was.
Yeah.
The 99, the 1% that completed that trip, the
Yeah.
1% from 0 to 99 was horseshit.
Sure.
The 1%, I still remember that shit. Because even when I'm having a rough day, and it's not like, yeah, listen to Future Funk and dance to it. Like, you obviously get the metaphor, but like,
Yeah.
still, it doesn't matter how you're feeling inside.
Yeah.
You still have those moments. You still have those memories. You still have the idea of future funk, and it doesn't matter. And this is more like if the reality really is a simulation and people are trying to break out. When I'm like, what do you think you're gonna break out to, man? We're gonna
That's
hop out.
That's
Yeah.
a great point. Nobody considers.
Literally,
Yeah.
You're gonna hop out, and it's gonna be like you're gonna be in a robo suit or you're gonna be in a gel sack, and like, do you really want to vibe in that reality? Because essentially, you're just taking it from this, the fist, right? I'll do it like this.
There you go.
You're taking it from the fist, and there's okay. So this is a simulated reality. This is the real reality. Okay, so you're just gonna basically do this and just make it bigger. They're okay. It's Do you know what concentric circles are?
No, what?
Concentric circles. So
Maybe.
a circle within 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 a circle, micro and macro. So
that's trippy.
yeah. No, seriously. So it's like, why are we having this conversation? It's like,
Go for it, dude. I don't know. Yeah.
It doesn't matter if if meta really is the newest simulation and we dig in, it doesn't matter. If we are already in meta version 2.0, whatever the fuck, and we pop out, it doesn't matter. We're always, our consciousness is always gonna be somewhere. We always have to live in some sort of avatar. Mm-hmm. And honestly, if this life is pretty fucking groovy, if this life's going all right for you, chill out. Dance to some future funk. It doesn't matter if it's real or not, or real or not. The one of the revelations that I had the other day was like, not the other day, but like a few weeks back, was like, it has to be real somewhere.
My favorite quote.
Yeah.
Ironic.
Wait, can I complete that thought before?
Yeah, please. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
you're totally
so
good.
sorry.
You're
I
totally
didn't mean
good.
to.
But hold on.
I didn't mean to jump in. Yeah,
No, you're so good. You're so good. It's real somewhere.
Yeah.
Regardless of, it doesn't matter how deep in the simulation we actually are. It doesn't matter how many concentric circles or layers to that onion we are in.
Yeah.
It has to be real somewhere.
Yeah.
There has to be the OG version 0.0 reality.
Yeah.
Where that's real.
Yeah.
And therefore extrapolated makes all of this real. Because that's a start. And that's God and shit like that. But anyway.
It's a top-down effect.
Anyway,
Something
literally.
Like that. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Go for it.
No, I was just gonna say my favorite. This is gonna be like super corny.
Whatever.
But like my favorite quote, funny enough, was from, if you ever watched. Did you ever watch Harry Potter, Deathly Hallows Part 2?
Yes.
Harry Potter. Yeah,
Yeah.
I never got a chance to. I never finished the books,
Still.
but it was like I still.
I
But it was like
watched
my favorite scene in that movie was when. Spoilers, or yes, when Harry dies.
For years.
I don't know.
Yeah, and he sees
There's-
Dumbledore.
Yeah, and he meets
Yeah.
Dumbledore, and then like before he goes back, he asks him. He's like, Professor, is any of this real? And then Dumbledore's just like, He Harry asks like, is this real or is all this just in my head? And then Dumbledore's just like, of course it's in your head, but why does it mean then that it's not real?
Literally.
And I'm just like, I always love that quote because I'm just like, it's so because like even if it's not real, if it's just in your head, it's still valid.
You're still here. I can
because
still do this
because it's you.
Yeah, literally, man. And that's like one of the most like where you're just like, oh my god, it doesn't. It's not. Nothing matters. It's like it doesn't matter if it matters. You make it matter.
You make it matter.
You make it matter, and you make matter. Like dude. It's the craziest fact of life.
It's like it's so simple, but it's beautiful because it's just like
it's fucking amazing.
Yeah,
like it doesn't matter if it's a simulation. It doesn't matter if it's this, that, or the other thing, or the other thing's fucking.
Because like my thing with that is like whenever people propose the theory of like what if all this is just simulation,
fantastic.
I'm always just like, okay, well, what does that actually mean though? Like I feel like people don't explore that further.
They're
just like
it's a simulation.
Yeah, it's like okay, but what does that mean? What does it mean to be in a simulation?
Yeah.
Does it mean you don't have free will? Does it mean that there's a creator? Because we've literally been as the human race, we've been pontificating this since the very beginning.
Since the beginning.
So it's like
where the fuck did we come from?
So I guess I guess like a modern twist to it, but it's just like. But at least I guess, and this is like more my philosophy or whatever coming through, where it's just please. And I guess just my belief system where it's just like regardless if there's a creator or not, so what? Like it doesn't, to me it's just like so what, because like I'm still here, I'm experiencing reality, and I won't know if there's a creator or not until I'm dead. So it's just like
even then
to me that gives me solace, because I'm just like, okay, well if there is, cool, we can talk, just talk. I got a lot of questions.
I got a lot of questions.
Hopefully it'll give me some answers. But and if there isn't, then my life, my existence still has value and meaning because I therefore grant it that.
That's what I'm saying, man.
So yeah,
it doesn't fucking matter.
Either way, I'm still rocking, dude.
Literally, still rocking and G-shocking. Like dude,
I like that.
G-shocking, checking the time and making the dimes, man. Like.
Okay, bars.
Yeah, I got them for days.
I know you do.
Yeah, it does.
I know you go for it.
I appreciate it. You go for 5 bars? Like, yeah, I'm good for 5 bars, man. Anyway, it doesn't matter, like, if it's, again, we've been saying this, but, like, it doesn't matter if it's a simulation or not. It doesn't matter if it's a computer-generated simulation, and we can do this and this and this and this and that. If anything, that'll make it fucking cool. But, like, not that it wouldn't make it cool, but, like, if anything, that means we can do stuff that the reality that we're accustomed to is not normally able to do. Now, I'm not saying fly, but I'm saying, like, etc.
If only.
And who knows, with meta and fucking, what is it? What's it called? And not
what?
VR. Yeah, we could be able to get to a place where we literally do that. And who the fuck knows? And people may want to live in there. But I'm telling you, the reality that you're accustomed to, the reality that you were born into, this reality, it is the one meant for us. Yeah. As much as VR or whatever is going to be so fucking realistic, and so you're going to see the fucking pixels and you're going to fucking start to flip out.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because as much as I can do this and be like, all right, yeah, no, that's pretty fucking accurate. It can easily be like, my eyes just aren't that good.
Yeah.
And again, this is like dumb existential.
But
But watch us flash us back to some shit.
No, because I was gonna say like I don't know, like VR and like meta, like that's I don't know how I truly feel about it. Like I guess it's cool, but like because Zuckerberg, immediately I'm just like,
he's gonna do some shit.
He's gonna do some shit, and it's like it's weird, and it's
you know what my fucking headcanon theory is?
What's that?
This is a good one. I had a deeper thought when I was manic, and I was like, that's kind of interesting. Okay, so hold on to this one, Chiefs. Man wants to escape death. Man wants to escape death.
Yeah. So
what he's gonna do is, in my mind, in my headcanon, check this shit. It's fucking it's March 21st, 2022. Check this headcanon.
Yes.
It's not he wants to become God of meta. He wants to become like, fucking what's it called? Sword Art Online. Great example.
Yeah.
Fantastic example.
Yeah.
It's not that he wants to become ruler and like torture us. It's like literally in a video game.
Yeah.
If you're in there long enough, it therefore replaces the reality that you are accustomed to.
Yeah.
If you can hook up your fucking shit and fucking, and it feels it tastes it, etc., then you can extend, in theory at least, you can extend time so it feels like it's longer. You know how like in dreams it feels like it's like 30
time
years.
Time is like dilated.
Dilated or whatever. Even if
you
go towards a black hole, Interstellar was a great fucking movie and it explained this a little bit. If you go towards certain things and points in time dilates.
Till it almost freezes.
So literally, so like a longer life, long life that you can do shit in and you can build shit in. Sure. So it kind of makes sense.
I think it's like it boils down to the intention because the reason why
man is never meant to be God.
Right.
Yeah.
Or it's like there's a danger. I think there's a danger when you try to play God.
It's not fun. That's a lot of weight to fucking shoulder, man. That's a lot of weight to shoulder.
I also think that
and responsibility.
I also think that regardless if there's a God or not, I feel like even putting aside my thing, it's just like, that's not a role we're meant to play.
Nope.
I don't care. Yeah,
I don't care how good processor you have. I don't care how good the processor in the corner is.
Yeah.
That is not your goddamn role.
That's not a. Yeah. It's not a role that we should consider because we are creators, but we're not the creator.
We are not the creator.
Yeah. So it's like.
Big time, Doug.
But it's like going back to the intention. It's like the reason why I'm like Zuckerberg, and I think a lot of people are. At least like this. This is my personal headcanon, is that I think that man is very unsatisfied with not only nature but his own nature.
Interesting.
So I think because because again, this is all total headcanon, weird
you're good.
philosophy on life. I think he's so out of touch with his own nature that he's just like, okay, let me make this simulated meta whatever thing. Yeah. And it's like, in theory it's cool, and in theory it's like I vibe with what you're saying. Yeah. I think it boils down to intention though.
No,
where it's like if you're out of reality or you're out of tune with your own nature and nature, then I think it's like why it's just an escape at that point. You're just trying to escape,
trying to dig a tunnel and hope that there's light
instead
at the end of it, man.
Instead of actually connecting with nature, with your nature.
Totally gotcha.
And that's why I'm just like I have no like I look at meta, I'm just like, okay, whatever. Yeah. I have no purpose for that because why would I need it? I still have my meta, and I have
this shit.
Yeah,
you can touch it.
I don't know. It's cool. Just to me, it just the whole meta VR thing, in my own weird thing. It very much comes across like people are just dissatisfied. People are so out of touch
with their
and
reality.
it could just very well be a Western thing. We have a very strong disconnect with nature and our surroundings versus like Eastern philosophies. Mm-hmm. So it's like, it's very much I believe like it boils down to the intention. I don't think the intention is great in my opinion. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna throw something at you.
Yeah.
And I want to see how you ricochet it back. And I can't wait for us to loop this back to like whatever the fuck we were talking about. Watch us. Fucking watch us. We're good.
Maybe I guess.
Good.
Go. What you got?
Anyway.
Yeah. What you got?
Intention. Mm-hmm. Always with intention.
Yeah.
And perspective. These are two stepping stones that we're gonna kind of walk on here.
Yeah.
Intention and perspective. What if the AI? Because we've been kind of force-fed. That the simulation is whatever, that AI, like Terminator, is going to come back for us, like the Matrix is going to come and attack us, and it's going to be our own fault as humans, as their creators and shit like that. What if you flip the perspective as it's actually trying to help? And this is weird, because it feels wrong. But what if you flip the perspective as, like, the TikTok algorithm is actually trying to show you more bootylicious pictures because you like that shit? What if the Pinterest algorithm, because this is for me, is trying to show you like more about whatever. What if the Instagram ads are trying to show you stuff that you actually might like or might, create, if anything.
Yeah.
Give you inspiration, if anything. I found it very weird when I started, and again, it's a very slow process for me at least, to start flipping the perspective on people and to try to give them the benefit of the doubt, as dark as their intentions may be. Because regardless, and I'm gonna probably cut it about there. What I was gonna say. As much as people like, I want to hear what you have to say on that, and I'll hold my tongue for a second.
Well, I mean, that kind of, well, speak on the algorithm thing. That kind of, that ultimately boils down to what you like you being mindful of what you're consuming and how that's being fed back, like what you actively search out and what is then brought back to you.
Yes.
So I think it ultimately boils down to, because like I'll have moments where it's just like, sometimes the algorithm gives me something that I'm just like, interesting. Mm-hmm. Where it's just like, it almost feels like the universe is like trying to send a message,
do some shit. Yeah.
So like, sometimes that happens, but I'm also very like aware of like what I'm consuming.
Yeah.
And or at least I try to be aware of what I'm consuming, and try to be mindful of the media that I consume, whether that's the news, whether that's like online stuff that I see. So it's like I try to temper that, or I try to I try to be aware of that. So I think it boils down to that. Yeah. So I think it's very much, I think it goes back to the intention.
I definitely
like,
think
what are you looking for? And then whatever it is you're looking for, how's that going to come back to you?
Word. So if anything, to kind of piggyback what you said, it starts within here. It doesn't start within here.
Yeah.
And this is like a phone.
Right.
You know. So it starts with how you view your universe, how you interact with your universe, what you put into your system.
Yeah.
That then affects the greater system that you are a part of.
Yeah.
Copy. That's oof. Yeah. That's a good shit.
Because it's not just, because like, I mean, people talk about consuming as like, like be mindful of what you...
You are what you eat.
Yeah, be mindful of what you eat, like, which is true. Like, be mindful of like what you put into your body, both physically as well as like the, stuff that you see. So it's like, you have to be mindful of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, that's my 2 cents on that shit.
I see. Yeah, I see what you're coming from.
Now, do you remember what we were talking? Because I want to circle it back because I feel like that would be really cool. Every I'm just gonna say this. Every good comedian always circles back to the original joke. So
do they?
Yeah, no, seriously. In my opinion, they always circle it back to at least the start.
Name one.
He's fucking Dave Chappelle. Easy.
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 I think
easy.
Kevin Hart. I guess he does. Yeah. Kevin Hart. Yeah.
No.
I mean, he was. I mean, I don't know. Kevin Hart. He was like great in the beginning, and then he became trash. But
it happens.
It happens.
Anyway, I think we can at least circle back to relationship, and I think we'll find a way back to whatever the fuck we were talking about earlier, which I really.
I think it was like you debating whether you want to quit your job.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
So actually, this is a really great way to circle back to it. If nothing matters, if reality is this fucking simulation, man, if we're all gonna die one day and go to somewhere and all this shit be processed into meat, like it doesn't matter. How are you gonna spend your time?
Yeah.
How are you gonna spend the time that you have allotted in this free, not really free, paradoxical universe that we kind of live in? You know, where the illusion of choice is that you have a choice, but the second that you choose to choose, it's already written down. There's a book that's my favorite book called The Alchemist, and it says that the hand that writes your story, and this is paraphrasing, but the hand that writes your story is equally your hand as much as it is God's.
Yeah, I was gonna say like that boils down to like destiny versus free will, which I think is both.
Seriously. Yeah, no, totally. It very much is.
I think destiny is a thing, like fate and all that.
Yep.
But I also think you have a choice in which destiny or which fate you want.
Yeah. If anything, God or whatever universal force is out there, the father or the mother or the parent, the papa,
the dude,
that's better.
The dude,
the homie,
big homie,
big. There's the homies,
Biggie,
and there's Biggie.
It's Biggie. Biggie.
It's literally notorious. It's literally Christopher fucking Wallace.
Yes, it's Biggie.
Is God.
Yes.
And that's going to be the cut. That's going to be the fucking... That's going to be the... Exactly. That's going to be the promo. It's like... that's how we get to... Anyway.
Yeah.
The big homie...
Yes.
...is like a parent that is like the perfect parent. All of our parents traumatize us in some way, shape, and form.
Because they were traumatized as well. Exactly. And it's like just a constant cycle.
I'm going to break the cycle. Dude, you're going to do some shit that you're not even going to detect. But you try your best to, fix along the way and stuff like that and be there for them, etc. But that's parenting. Anyway, big homie, perfect parent, knows exactly how you're going to run your life and allows you to run your life, but also it's almost like an invisible hand that kind of like pushes you in certain ways, shapes, and forms because they know your vision, they know where you want to go, but you have to equally walk the steps. That's why they say God meets you kind of halfway, Do you find, and this is completely off topic, do you find it weird how we're at a point in our lives right now where we don't even have to really think about walking? I think about this most times when I walk, where I'm like, I'm not literally like right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm literally just like, I want to go there. And it's like, yeah, your body just does it. Complete sidebar. I don't know where the fuck I'm going to build that shit off of. But I just find that weird.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, that probably proves that, like, it takes time to get to a place where you can, like, it takes time to get to a place where you can fully come into form and fully come into yourself.
Yeah.
And you love yourself if you want to
Yeah.
reflect it back to what the fuck we were saying before. But, like, you know, it takes
all
time.
It just starts with just knowing yourself.
Really, man.
And also think it starts with the question, with you asking the question, who am I?
Exactly, man.
Like, I think life truly begins when you ask that question.
When you have the deeper...
When you actually finally ask that question, okay,
Yeah.
who am I? What do I want?
Mm-hmm.
And
Boom, son.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
And then life officially begins then.
That's what I'm saying, man. You have the you're not just kind of autonomously going to school and
Yeah.
taking shit and doing
It's
that,
like, that's
blah,
all
blah,
cool and
blah,
all,
yeah.
but it's like, is that really, you're just a kid doing stuff.
Essentially, man.
Yeah, which is nothing wrong with that. It's like,
No, if
that's
anything, it's a
what
beautiful
kids are
thing.
supposed to do.
They climb trees and
And
shit.
then
yeah.
when you reach that point where it's just like, okay,
All right.
now it's time.
Playtime's over.
Now,
It's time to get
I don't think
after it.
playtime's over.
No,
I think
no, no.
playtime
It was more of a
begins.
joke, but yeah, no.
I think playtime
I
starts.
fucking killed
It
it.
starts with the question.
Killed it, man.
Starts
Killed
with
it.
that question.
Starts with that question.
The real playtime begins.
Who am I?
Yeah.
And what do I desire?
I think. Yeah.
To quote Alan Watts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, dude.
Yeah.
Anyway, let me see what we're rocking at. If
Yeah,
you can
we're-
see it better than I can. Oh, dude, we're almost at an hour. Goddamn.
Wow.
56.
Wow.
All right.
I
We're
think
going
we
to end
should
it there.
probably call it. Yeah.
I think we're going to end it there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so greater expanses of the universe and shit like that.
Sure.
Fucking who are you and what do you desire? What do you want out of life? Because we only have so much time.
Boot.
And sneak ahead. Anyway, this has been Death of the Universe.
And Jordan Alexandre.
Jordan
here.
Alexandre and Prince of Darkness.
Oh, no, I'm
Trey-
Jordan.
Oh, and
Or-
Trey Brooks.
Yeah, there you go.
How we doing?
What's going on?
What's going on?
All right. Yeah,
This has
thank
been
you.
Dueal.
Yeah, thank you all for tuning in,
Yeah.
for listening to
This
us.
fantastic fucking
Yeah.
podcast that we do every Monday.
Yeah. Thank you, Workspace, again, as
Thank
always.
you, Workspace. Yeah, no,
thank
seriously,
you.
this is a dope. This is fucking sick. Yeah.
You got any plugs or anything? Electron.
The Electron.
Saturday.
The Electron.
March
Come check out.
26th.
Yep. Come check out the paint night. Not paint night. Blank canvas.
Blank Canvas,
Blank Canvas.
Friday. Yeah, open
Yep.
house Friday.
Yep. Support local businesses.
Please.
Respect Connecticut because it's fucking sick. We all live here, so it's dope.
Yeah. Drink
You
more
know?
water.
Drink more water. Take
Yeah.
hydrated. Take hydrated. Take care. Wait, what would be
Take
the word?
hydrated and sip care. Yeah.
Sip care. Take hydrated. Sip care.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. All right. Well, catch you guys later.
Deuces.
Take it easy.